Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Yeah.
Always say that.
It is. It is. It is. It is. It is.
What have you two been up to?
Nothing much really. Sue came on and was talking about a video, and yeah, just the one she made. Just a, we watched the recording of her session with a new client, so, and that was it really. So all good. Just having fun, but just being mellow. I'm being a bit unproductive because energy's not quite back yet. So we're just kind of chilling and chatting and having fun. And okay, yes, just Donna. So this is brilliant. This is very cool. This is very
You
cool.
feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling better, but I'm the energy's not back yet. So yeah, yeah. But still, definitely feeling better for sure. Definitely feeling better.
One of your new shirts on.
I do, I do have one of them on. Yes, all fancy pants, all fancy pants.
Fancy
Yeah,
pants.
yeah,
That's a
all
Beena influence.
yeah. There we go.
Though these are shirts, but still we are fancy pants. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You right?
That's right. That's right. That's right. They fancy pants shirts. I don't know how that works, but that's how it works. What you been thinking about, Donna? What you been thinking about?
Trying not to be thinking, period.
Oh, mm, trying not to be thinking. Hmm.
Good.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Good,
Very.
Donna. Good.
Yeah.
This is what I need. Okay. I'm sorry, Donna, that I was not being on much when you were there, but it is simply because that I'm lacking uh, in saying much and not feeling. Uh, I don't know how to say that. Not feeling much of me. This is what I was trying to share with Sil right just before you came. But I'm not feeling like this. I don't know. I'm lacking uh, a usual state of joy in me, and this is really bothering. I'm not negative. I'm not in bad mood. I'm nothing like not sad. Nothing. But I'm not being in that mood.
Oh,
I'm missing my joy, my happiness, my cheerfulness. I'm missing my laugh, and this is not really usual for me. So that's why I'm just not talking too much and trying to not being here mostly. So again, just to say that it is not because of anyone, not because of Sue, not because of you, not because of anyone. It's just me. I'm missing that, and I'm not trying to emphasize on that, but this is what is happening.
oh, oh. Very interesting, Veena.
No, because it might give a wrong
Wow.
impression that oh, okay, you're leaving and you're not here, so
But
I'm
also,
missing myself.
yeah, you
I'm
haven't been
missing
sleeping.
myself.
You haven't been sleeping right.
Yeah, and my mind is alert all the time, even during my sleep. It
Yeah,
is again
yeah,
causing me a problem.
yeah.
Okay, it's not like that I'm sleepy all the time. I'm not sleepy all the time, and I'm not sleeping enough. Even when I'm sleeping, my mind is alert, and
Yeah.
I wake up. It is like okay, if I'm sleeping for 2 hours and you just wake me up with a question, I will immediately say, okay, like this is what it is.
Yeah,
It is like that.
yeah.
Instant alertness. It seems like that I'm alert in my sleep.
Mm,
So I'm sharing all the details with you, Donna, because that just to share and also that you know that what is happening. Yeah.
mm. Very interesting. Very
The
interesting.
only thing is that I'm missing myself.
Mm, mm. Well, that's. You know, when you look at the people that talk about like symptoms of awakening and all that, well, this is it, right? Donna, haven't you heard this stuff when people on the internet say, "Oh, you know, you, this is like pre-awakening or something." I don't know what they call it.
Or just lack of some minerals. I really hope so that it is just lack of some minerals. I will eat that and
Right.
then everything will go back to normal. I'm missing the life.
Very interesting, Beena. Very interesting. But you are definitely getting too little sleep. There's no doubt about it, Beena.
Oh yes,
I
for
mean,
sure.
you're getting what, 4 or 5 hours sleep a night, something like that.
5 hours. 5 hours generally, like
That's no good.
more or less.
That is no good. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to spread this anymore. So I'm going now. You
All right.
guys carry on.
Yes. Very
Okay.
good, Beena. Sleep, sleep, Beena. Sleep, 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 sleep.
I, I'm not sure that I'm going to sleep immediately or not. But yes, okay, I'll be off and I might be playing Candy Crush or something else.
Oh,
Okay, Donna.
Okay,
Yeah,
Beena.
yeah. Bye for
sleep.
now.
Yeah. Sleep peacefully and sleep restfully, Beena. That's
Oh,
what you
yeah.
need to do.
You too.
Sleep
Take care.
restfully. All
Bye
right.
for now.
Thank you. Bye bye, Beena. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hmm. It's interesting. When we get our cycles messed up, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Causes problems, right? What you thinking, Donna? What you thinking? I hope Ina gets a good night's sleep. Really, really, this is important. I mean, she wakes up every time at 9 o'clock, no matter how late she goes to sleep. But then, like, she goes to sleep, and then she can't get to sleep. She plays Candy Crush, and and a couple of hours later, she's going to sleep. So it's amazing how little sleep we can actually get by on. It's quite astonishing, and the effects of it, it's really not good. Yeah. What do you feel about all of this?
Um, I feel as though I don't think we need as much sleep as we think we do.
Now, there's that part of it too. Sure. So, yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. Huh. Still, sleep is important. Sleep is important. Yeah. How's the things with Riley, Beena? Ach, Donna. Oh, Beena, Donna. How's today been? How's today been?
Today's been pretty good. Last night we had a good day all day, and then at 10 o'clock I took him out and he went into his red zone, and that wasn't fun. And he's getting really big, so it's getting dangerous. So my last resort is I came in and I ordered that collar
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock last night, and I'm going to try it even though I don't really want to do it. I'm going to do the vibration, but I'm not going to do the zinging part. And
Right.
I may just, I don't want to walk into a situation where I've already made up my mind about Riley, but I may have to just be in a situation where I have to be realistic, and
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But if
Yeah.
I have to find a home that's more suitable for him so he's safe and he's content and I have my mental well-being, because I remember just like the jazzercise and becoming an instructor and feeling the enormity of that and how it took so much time, and I wanted to dedicate my time to figuring out who I was and doing the self-discovery. And I kind of feel a little bit the same way, that Riley has really sort of um, he's just taken a lot of energy, and I really have no freedom any longer. And it's been good in the sense of I'm doing everything I can. I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning about my patients, about going into the rage and releasing some of that and healing, and all of that's really good. Um, and I appreciate that, and I acknowledge it, and I'm aware of it. I also know that it can't really continue to be a situation where um, he has these raging moments of being out of control. And
Yeah.
like yesterday, what happened was we went outside, and I live on a golf course, and we have these like little white moths that fly around. So we were fine, and then all of a sudden we hit this patch of grass that had a gazillion of them, and as he walked, they all flew up, and then he wanted to jump up and eat them all. And so I kept having to say, leave it, leave it, leave it. And I was trying to get him under control. And what happens is he just gets really pissed off. And then he literally just flipped around, and he does a snappy thing with his mouth, and then tries to bite at the leash and get free. And I had to hold on to him with every ounce of my being. He's very strong, and he almost weighs as much as I do. So I kept thinking, if he gets free, he can take off, and then that's it. You know, there's a busy road right there, and a busy road right there. And so I literally, he had me all turned around, and his leash ended up around my ankles, and it wasn't good. And I have those moments, and I'm furious inside, and I'm like, Riley, why are you behaving this way? It was like, we had a great day, and it seems so random. It was like, just all of a sudden this energy comes over him, and he's just, I don't know. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. Is going to be my last, maybe I just made a mistake in getting
No,
out.
I think this will take care of it for you. So the if it's the one that I recommended, that Sarah
I just went right to the one you sent the
okay, good.
link.
Okay, because it has three settings. It
Right.
has it has a buzzer, a sound, and then there's the little and it's very mild. The shock thing is very mild. But the buzzer and the sound, those are the two you want to use. Never mind the other ones. So so yeah. So
I
this is
feel,
very
I
effective.
really feel like my frustration level and the energy of having to deal with Riley, like what he brings up in me, the emotions that come over me with dealing with Riley it's good that they're coming up, and I am, I am healing, and I am dealing with them. Um, so that part is good.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I
See,
also think that, there's got to be a point in time where you're just healed. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
I
But
know that
again,
it's
yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go. Sorry,
no,
sorry.
I was just going to say, I recognize it's an ongoing process for self-discovery and self-awareness, but at some point it's like, I just, I could totally get what Beena was saying. I feel the same way. I just didn't want to say that to her and take away from her expressing herself and be like, yeah, me too, and all about me. But I feel like at some point, I don't know. I agree with her. I've lost some kind of comfort, like a, a little bit of joy and happiness. And I'm not sad, and I'm not depressed. But Riley's brought out a lot of emotions and stuff, and
Fine.
like nothing really is falling into place. Everything's sort of either in a holding pattern, or
Yeah,
it's going
yeah.
in a totally opposite direction. And so the capital P patience and the capital T trust is just, I know I have to have that. It's just
Mm. Ah,
um my mind says I overthink, and my mind says, God, it's been years and years and lifetimes and centuries. And
and
oh, there you go.
very interesting, Donna. All right, so we have to be aware of something, and this is to me the profound lesson. The stress with Riley, it's not an unmanageable situation. It is simply because of the strategy, or at least the particular elements of the circumstance, right? So it's not that you can't deal with it. It's just that there are some things that are out of your control. You can't control the sound that Riley makes when he barks, and it affects the neighbors. See?
That's what everything is. Everything is about
Exactly.
control. I can't
Exactly.
control Sam. I can't control my
Exactly.
friend. I can't
Exactly.
control Riley. So it's giving up that control. And I get that. So what does that mean? And what does that look like? What am I not doing? I don't know.
To me, the issue is you've got to basically just kind of get into a situation where you've got to say, learn to care differently. It's caring too much. We think caring is the be all and end all of everything else, but it isn't. I have to learn to be able to care appropriately. Yeah?
I don't really see it that way.
I didn't hear. Say again.
I don't see it that way.
Fine. You mean there's that caring is a blanket thing always?
Well, it's just, I don't really like the situation with Sam, for example. I feel like the boundaries have shifted dramatically in my approach to my caring. I don't know. In most
Fine.
situations.
I mean, that's the problem. See, it's what I'm saying. Okay, look at your neighbors. When Riley barks, it's going to bother them a little bit or somewhat. Hey, if you can't do anything about it, then you have to switch off that caring until you can do something about it. Doesn't mean you stop trying to do something about it. You just stop stressing about not being able to do something about it. Doesn't mean you stop trying to do something about it. You just stop the stressing part. Okay, without caring, in other words. Yeah.
Yep,
Does that make sense, Donna?
it does.
Yeah. It's difficult, but it's something we have to learn. Otherwise, we're at the mercy of everything, pretty much. Yeah.
Right. I don't really feel like I am though.
You are
But
what?
that's
Caring? Over caring?
no. But I feel like that's what's being tested for sure.
All right. I mean, you've just said that it, bothers you that Riley might disturb the neighbors or stuff like this. So
Well, only because I don't feel like getting kicked out.
yeah.
I don't think a
Oh,
move right now would be ideal.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
We
don't
got
know.
that option coming, and I have a feeling that this is gonna resolve all your things for you. Seriously, I really do. I really do.
What?
The color, I really do. I think that's gonna make all the difference. Sometimes it's a simple thing that's needed. You gotta keep going until you find it. It's as simple as that. Sometimes it really is. It's astonishing. So the key point that I'm actually getting at in a long roundabout way is the necessity for strategy to realize and be aware that it's not about being able to be unstressful in any situation. That would be the ideal. However, it's not realistic and it's not really viable because you're going to have to completely not care in some instances. And, being considerate, and you don't want to be considerate. So the key is to set your life strategically so that you aren't in these situations. When you are in them, fine, you can deal with them, but you want to make sure that you aren't in situations that are really difficult to deal with or problematic to deal with. Yeah, Donna, you're far away. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of an awareness of ourselves. to say, look, I'm going to get stressed in certain situations because they are parts of me that I don't want to give up. I don't want to be completely uncaring about anything and be an a-hole and say, well, F you for everything. I don't want to be that. So I need to be strategic to avoid circumstances that place me in that situation. Yeah. In other words, that place me in situations where I'm going to be stressful. When does it get delivered, Beena? Beena, Donna?
I don't know. I just ordered it last night.
Ah, okay, cool.
A couple of days
So
probably.
what was last night? Sunday night, right? So yeah, you probably get on Wednesday, Thursday then. Oh, very cool, very cool, Donna. Very cool, very cool. Hang in there, Donna. Hang in there, hang in there. But you don't sound like you like in a bad way in general. Yeah,
No, I'm not in a bad way. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah. That's something, Donna. Also to focus on the changes in you. I think it's a big change. Things aren't getting better with Riley necessarily, but they're getting better with you. How you are dealing with the situation with Riley, even though it's not getting better, it's not necessarily getting worse either, but you dealing with it way better, I think. Seems to me, unless I just don't see all of it. Yeah.
I'm dealing with it better. It still brings up um it still brings up feelings of like frustration and anger and rage, and then I don't feel like I should feel those.
You can use the color on yourself too. Yeah.
Right? I think I will.
Get a matching color, so whenever you zap him, you zap
Right?
yourself at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, it's more just direct. It's again, those colors aren't inhumane or unpleasant for the dogs. They're not
I
they're
wouldn't
not
even
nasty.
consider it if it was.
Precisely, precisely. That's what I'm saying. But it's people are very sensitive about those collars, and they just misunderstand how they work. You shout harshly at your dog, it's worse than the collar. So and the collar's not
And I
negative.
do shout at him. Well,
Exactly.
that's like last night. He literally was choking himself. And then I felt really bad
How is he
because
choking himself?
because he kept jumping up to get the moss, and then I was trying to get him in control, and he kept jumping up, and then he was pulling, and then he twisted himself
Oh
around
my
my
God.
legs, and he
Oh,
literally, like, I was holding on for dear life, and he was
yeah.
choking himself.
Wow.
It was nuts.
Yeah, yeah. That's no good, Donna. That's no good. So, bit of obedience. That's all that's required from Riley. Yeah. So, for Riley's own good, he needs obedience. Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like it's me. Like there is a reflection there of I need obedience. So what am I being
Yeah, but you're
disobedient?
not a dog. So,
I feel like a dog sometimes.
yeah, I know, but I mean, there's a difference, though. In terms of your sensibility, and running in front of cars and stuff like that, eating goose poop and stuff like this. Yeah.
Oh, I eat goose poop.
All right. Okay then. Well, you need to order two collars then.
Right? I
Yeah.
do.
Like a synchronized collar. Maybe they do come for two dogs at the same time. I don't know. It's possible. That's too funny. Too funny. Wow, it's gonna be interesting to see the difference now. When what happens. So just hang in there, Donna. Hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. That's the thing too. Is that perseverance, right? You need to persevere and keep going. Yeah. I mean, once we've done everything, okay, now we're in a different space. But this is still something that can be done. Yeah. You're not at the end of your options yet, right?
No, this is all I know to do, really,
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the end of it. And then we'll see how it goes.
right. But I mean, you're not right this moment. This is the next step now. Might be the last step, but this. So until we get to the very last step, we don't know. We can't assume because it's near the end you know that the pattern will continue. Very often it is that last step. But very often the last step isn't actually the last step either. Because when we get there, we say, "Oh no, I need to try something else." Dang it! And then we look for a night. Oh, I didn't know about this. Ah, okay. Doesn't that often happen?
Yeah, that is true.
So,
I would enjoy being like you are, just relentlessly positive and get that joy back, and just I
Well,
aspire to that.
we just have to shift that into a habit, Donna. You know, that's all I'm saying. It's not always. I just am in the habit of getting back to it on a very regular basis. So just habit, Donna. Really, just habit. And it's a bit of pride too, Donna. I leverage my pride to say, well, I like to think of myself as having some sort of sensibility. How can I live with being negative? My ego says, no, you can't. You think you're sensible. How can you be stupid and be negative? You see? So,
Yeah, I don't really feel, it's like Beena said, I don't feel like I'm negative. I'm just sort of neutral.
and that's exhaustion right there. I recognize that too. I've definitely been there. I'm not that far away from it right now. You know what I have learned though, and it costs me. I have learned how to leverage my energy. I was telling Beena, I can be sick as a dog and you won't know it. I can be like appear normal. I mean, unless I've got some visual effects. I can pull my energy up. I don't know how else to say it. I can be like really, really tired or feeling badly. I can pull energy from my inside somewhere and basically be okay. You know, for temporarily now, I won't be able to do that for very long, but I can. But this is expensive. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to do. So I suspect this is the issue for both you and Beena, that you're not sleeping the way you would need to sleep. You're not resting the way you need to rest, etc., etc., and it's costing you. It robs you of that joy. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
it's really fascinating. It's really fascinating. Other than that, we got to learn to find joy in weird times.
I used to be able to, I don't even know. Yeah, it's good. I'm fine. I'll get there.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
know,
what's been going on.
I know, I know. So this is the magic of patience. Everything we're talking about all connects back to patience, right? To have the patience to basically stick it out in times like this. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean that's kind of a big deal, isn't it? The patience aspect. Really, Donna. Yeah, patience is the start, but we need to have discipline also. And then beside the discipline to stick to what our plan is, right? Or whatever the thing is, to say, okay, I need to do this, I need to stick with it, okay, with whatever, like in Riley's case, right? You need to do certain things with him, and then you need to be disciplined in doing them. You need to be disciplined in getting your sleep, whatever the case is. Okay, so first we need patience, then we need discipline. And then there's a third thing, like forbearance. This is very key because sometimes we can have patience and we can have discipline. It's not enough. Circumstances just are sucky and not good, and a pain in the butt and stressful, like they are now for you. And the only way to get through it is to forbear, basically just to suck it up and suffer, knowing at some point it's going to resolve itself. And that's kind of where you're at, right? You're in the forbearance stage. Yeah. And the magic of this is, it creates timing. So as you do this, it's going to create the timing for things to come into place because, well, just it's just a matter of the probability and the odds of certain things that it's going to come right at some point. Yeah. Okay. So what happens if it doesn't? What then? That's when you use the fifth element, which is your will. So you were talking about your intent being, Donna. You know, now, yeah, you've got the situation where you want to use that intent. Intend a solution. Use your will. Yeah. There's a sixth element to this. This comes from Don Juan. He called them the attributes of a warrior. Drinking body milk. Yeah, turmeric milk. Anyway, the sixth element is a petty tyrant. And a petty tyrant was anyone or anything that has some power over you and that kind of, gives you a hard time, essentially. Right? So in this case, Riley's kind of a bit of a petty tyrant. Well, some of the time. So, I mean, yeah, I guess Riley would be an eensy weensy, teeny weeny, itsy bitsy little petty tyrant. But nonetheless, it serves the same function, right? So the petty tyrants are there to kind of push you beyond your limits, which is what's happening right now, to get you to be differently. Yeah,
Right.
and that's what's going on right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. Sometimes we look to things and we say, how do I stop suffering in this? But it's not actually the question, really. Sometimes the question is, uh, or not the question, but the solution or resolution or understanding is, I just have to keep suffering till it's over. It's not going to last forever, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that would be the way to do it. You know, at some point this will come right with Riley, yeah.
Well, it'll be an option of, he stays and we resolve it together, or he has another home.
Yeah, yeah. I hope not. I hope not. I mean, I hope that's not the resolution. I really do. I really do. Yeah, you too, yeah. Because when the times are good, you really enjoy Riley, right? Donna,
I do enjoy Riley, yes, I do.
what's that?
I do, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I would enjoy consistency and things to fall into place and then stay there. The push pull of everything right now and in all the different situations, that's something I'd like to shift out of and am working on.
Mm, mm, yeah. So, I mean, the step one is with Riley, no? If Riley's obedience gets sorted, then life is easy for both of you, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, that's one situation.
Right. Then what would be the next one? But I'm saying is, if you go through it strategically, okay, step one, now I can chill and relax a little bit because this is sucking all your energy. Now you've got energy to deal with the next thing and so on and so forth, yeah?
Yeah.
Always comes back to the energy usage every time. Yeah?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Very powerful, Donna. Very powerful. Very powerful. Very powerful. When we really look at it in these terms, it kind of clears things up a little bit, yeah? So uh, I also like to pay attention to seeing, to understand that my ability to deal with things is a function of my energy. If I don't have energy, I don't have the ability to deal with them. That includes being irritated, annoyed, and angry. It's as simple as that. It takes energy not to get upset. If you have too little energy, well, that's what's going to happen. So we have to know this ahead of time and, really try and set things strategically to not put ourselves into situations like that. Now, okay, Riley, you didn't expect this to happen, not to this degree necessarily, but now it's here. Okay, you deal with it as best you can, which is what you're doing. But be aware, it's always an energy issue, yeah? Right, Tony?
It is. Yes.
It's pretty interesting.
You and the chair are sparkly energy right now on the screen.
Yeah, because I put the lights off already. I was gonna go to bed early, but I have to go upstairs. So
Oh, yes, I totally forgot it's bedtime. Let me let
yeah,
you go.
yeah,
Get
that's all
your
right.
sleep, come to
Yeah,
think of it.
yeah. Yeah. I'm not wildly sleepy, but it's more I have to go upstairs, so that's more the issue right now. So, very cool. Okay, come on tomorrow, yeah, Donna.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, yeah. It's very important, Donna. It's very important, and I really find it very helpful to me when you come on. By the way, in this time,
Why is
yeah.
that?
So my energy's low. Like I said, I don't look it. Yes, I'm not in pain anymore. I'm not feverish, but I'm not fully healed either. So when you come, it's a healing energy for me. So it's helpful. It's helpful. I mean, in normal times, it's just a joy. It's a joy now too, but then it's like bonus. It's like okay, but when you're low, then it's healing. And it's bonus in normal times. So that's good. It's good.
All right.
Brilliant.
Sleep peacefully.
Yes, you too. Sleep